Bienvenidos to another episode of Superboys. Yep, this time I said it. Didn't say Wonder Boys. I wish I would have kept Wonder Boys, but I looked up and there's another podcast with Wonder Boys in it. The only thing close to Superboys was Superboys Game or Super Gaming Boys or something like that. So I'm like, I guess I'll.
Oh, we could always change that. It doesn't even have to be Superboys.
Yeah, so
work in progress. Nothing wrong with that.
Welcome, Superboys. It's your host, Ice Packalicious Isaquito, the delicious Taquito, your co-host.
Yeah, your main man, Hobbs.
And Young DC on the mic.
Do I say that? I said my name?
Yes. Introduce yourself to our lovely followers, please.
Good morning. Hi.
Did you hit record on the video?
There.
Okay.
Hey, good morning.
Sorry about that, guys. This is a work in progress. I told you we're evolving. We're learning as we're going. It'll get better by probably the 5th episode. I promise. What's it called? Speaking of 5 episodes, there are 4 episodes left, Javi. This is a 6-episode series.
Why is it so short?
It is longer though. It's 40.
Episodes are longer.
Longer.
But how much was in WandaVision? How many episodes?
The first 3-4 episodes were 25 minutes.
Yeah, but how many episodes? It was 12 episodes, or not even.
I think 7.
Was it
I
only
think there
7?
were 7. I think. Young DC, can you check up how many episodes were in WandaVision? I want to say 7. 9. I think it was 9. I could be wrong.
Whenever I think of a season or something, I don't know. I expect 12 episodes. I don't know why.
At least, yeah, they're getting shorter and shorter.
How many episodes in what?
We're in WandaVision. What's it called?
You said there's only 4 left now.
Yeah, there's only 4 left. There's a 6th episode.
Well, they better get to moving.
There's only 9.
Not much has happened.
There's 9.
Oh wow.
Yeah, 9 episodes. What's it called? So there's 4 episodes left. Overall, what are some thorns in this episode?
Thorns in this episode. Let's see. This is kind of a few. Well, I guess taking it back to last episode, I still hate the therapist. So there's that. The new theme song, wasn't a fan. Didn't like that. I don't think Sam felt bad enough. I needed him to feel worse.
For giving up the shield?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then I think that's it for thorns.
For thorns. What's it called? I guess bringing it back to the last episode is the strength that it takes to we need to know how much can a regular person throw the shield, because when they were showing John Walker's qualifications
while he's saying I'm not super strong as he's
and then
destroying
he's
metal,
chucking the shield, throwing that almost like Captain America style. I was like, bro, what is going on? I thought Cap was special because he can throw it that hard.
Yeah, and then how is it bouncing off who he's throwing it at, and then he's catching it again?
Yeah.
And that speed too, I don't know. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I get it because it's vibranium and all that and everything. But we need to see the closest we've gone to a regular person throwing a shield. I get it wasn't vibranium, but it was Happy in Far From Home when he tried throwing that shield, and he goes how does Cap do that? When
and
the kids. What's it called? So yeah, that's one thorn that I had is the whole, what does it take to really throw the shield? But also, bro, they are nerfing Bucky, and I'm not a big fan of that.
Oh yeah, I noticed that. When he was on the edge of the truck, I feel like that shouldn't have happened. He shouldn't have gotten to the edge, and then I feel like his arm was almost breaking from getting stomped on. I was like, that's vibranium.
Yeah, and not only that, it's MCU. Did you forget that this guy is a super soldier? And all that. How is he struggling?
Oh, I loved when he ran to that was kind of cool.
That was the only glimpse I've gotten of him being a super soldier.
And I liked it. He was booking it.
He was booking and caught up. And then what's it called? Because he was a beast in Captain America's Winter Soldier. That movie. He was going toe to toe with Cap, yet he's struggling to fight these I'm guessing untrained super soldiers.
These
and all that.
Store super soldiers.
Yeah. So how is he struggling to fight these guys? But yet John Walker's Cap shows up and he can fight them. A regular human being, but Bucky was struggling.
Yeah, that didn't make a lot of sense to me, especially when the two what's it, Battlestar?
Mm-hmm. Battlestar.
I would have got out of the car too. Yeah, Battlestar and New Cap. Yeah, that didn't make any sense. and then they shot one of them and it put him down. So why didn't they shoot all of them? And that's if they're military, they should have came in. They shouldn't even have gone out of the helicopter, just lit them up. Over.
Oh, the first time when they first showed up into a little chase sequence?
Yeah, instead of dropping down from a rope ladder. Bam, bam, bam. Credits.
DC, was there anything you did not like about this episode?
Like what you guys said, how he was throwing the shield. I have a bad feeling about him.
He's a bad guy or something?
Kinda, I want to say that, but then I don't know, because the strength he had, and you know how the super soldiers had. Yeah, it's not feeling well.
What's it called? Another thing I didn't like. What a lame ass sacrifice. When he's like, "Go, I'll give you guys time," and it's like, "Okay, all right, this man's about to do something cool." Like he knocks down
the light post.
Ran
like 2 feet.
Yeah, and he ran towards why would you do that?
With lead. I don't know. That was. Yeah, he could have just ran the other way.
He could have fought. He could have done something. I felt like all he did was just, I'm gonna block this convoy with the light post, and I'm gonna just run into the line of fire.
Well, my thing, like I was just saying too, why didn't they do that to them the first time they saw him?
Yeah, yeah, just straight line him up. Maybe they're looking for information, question them. I don't know. But
so who is this? Oh my God, what were they called? Power what?
Oh, you're talking about the power bankers? Yeah, the power brokers. Okay, so that was pretty cool. I didn't notice it the first time when I watched it with Young DC, but the second time when I watched it with you, I noticed that they did say, "Oh, it's the power brokers." So I think that's who was texting her in the beginning. What's called? This is a pedal, by the way. This is something that I thought was pretty cool. When he's like, "Oh, you took our stuff. We're gonna come after you." Now, power brokers in the comics, I believe, was the ones that gave the comic book version of John Walker and the Battlestar comic version, they're super soldiers. It's basically a secret organization that was trying to redo the rebirth program that gave Steve his fucking super soldier serums. Okay. So it's this organization trying to bring back the super soldiers, which I got to give a shout out to my boy Javi, because he guessed it. He's like, super soldier serum. That's what this fucking thing is going to be about. He guessed it. I'm like, I don't know about that, Javi, but what is this whole episode about? Super soldier serum. That's what I think is actually the medicine that they stole. No, because I realized that they said power brokers. They stole more of that serum. That's their plan.
I don't think they stole more super serum, but I definitely think that's something to do with making super serum.
Yeah. Okay. Some way, somehow involved.
It's involved, but I don't think it's that easy. Like, oh, look, we just have crates of this stuff laying around.
We have a year's life supply or a year's worth supply.
Well, it could be. You never know, but I think that's too easy. Too simple.
But yeah, like that's what I think. Like their plan might be for them to make more super soldiers, and that's how they're gonna bring this world that they're trying to bring back
by just killing people.
I guess so. I don't know. We don't know too much. What's it called? Another thing that I really liked was the relationship, like the chemistry. It kind of reminds me of like Hobbs and Shaw, like The Rock and Jason Statham's. But
it was hit and miss with me. There were some times where I was liking it, but then there was some times I wanted Sam to be more sad. It's too much for me sometimes. So there's a lot good. Most of it was funny, but there's some moments where like, you gotta check yourself, my man.
He's like, what's our plan? And then he's like, I got a plan. He's like, no, you don't got a plan. He's like, I got a plan. And then he jumps out. Yeah, I really like the relationship that they're building with. With all the stuff that we're talking about, the negatives that I didn't like, I actually really enjoyed this episode. It was just, that was
it was a very good episode. I loved, too, when he snuck up behind Bucky. When Sam snuck up behind Bucky, he's like, oh, what'd I miss? Nothing. That's right, let's go.
He's like, look at you being all sneaky. Spend some time in Wakanda and you're the White Panther. Yeah, it's like a white wolf, actually. I thought that was pretty cool. Carol, was there anything that you liked about this episode? What were some of the things you liked about it?
The relationship, what they're building up.
Yeah,
to be honest. Because, I like to, you know how they're having, a little therapy meeting? I thought that was kind of funny, they had. But, yeah, it was a serious type of moment they had in there, too.
Yeah, I really like that therapy session, too. The soul gazing. Oh, you did? The therapist.
I just hate the therapist so much. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Their staring contest.
It was funny. Don't get me wrong. What they were doing was funny, but if I was in that situation, I'd have been furious.
What's it called? Oh, the big three also was
that's funny. Lame, but funny.
Yeah. Oh, I appreciate it every time they throw in a Lord of the Rings reference. It's like, oh, what do you think? We're fighting Gandalf. It's like, how do you know about Gandalf? It's like, I read The Hobbit when it came out. I was like, oh, oh shit, that's what's up, my boy Bucky, ready to Hobbit.
Yeah, I like that. I feel like they glazed over it too quickly. Like it was just a come and go. It's like, should have spent a little more time on that line. Like they were like, what? I don't know.
Yeah, what's it called? You know, talking about Bucky too. Dude, I am digging. I think this is the first time I've actually realized how badass that arm looks. You know, like Winter Soldier's like.
I think it's
Wakandian
new. Last time we seen it, I don't think it looked like that.
Really? Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't know, but like looking at it now, it's like that was.
Yeah, it looks
I
good.
really like that design, and you know that fucking arm.
Because originally it was with the red star and then just like silver looking, and then it looked differently in Wakanda, and now I think it's a third new look.
You think it's a third arm? I thought
so.
it was just the second arm from Wakanda. I don't know. I have to.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But.
Red Wing. This man is obsessed with Red Wing, and I'm loving it. Throwing it back to Civil War when he tried making Black Widow thank Red Wing's like, don't thank me. He's like, I'm not thanking that thing. When it got destroyed, Bucky is like, oh, that's something I've been wanting to do.
Yeah, I like that. Why is Sam mad at not knowing about the old super soldier? I forgot his name.
Isaiah?
Yeah,
I thought that was
Isaiah.
pretty cool. Yeah, that's one thing that I think is pretty fucking badass is like they're actually bringing in like the other versions of Caps that's been through in the comics and all that.
So he was Captain America?
Yeah, he was the Black Captain America.
While Steve was on ice?
What's it called? Yeah, they tried again. It's a lot of the Marvel stuff is based off of them trying to recreate the super soldier serum because like that's what Hulk is like they're them trying to recreate, you know.
Yeah, I knew that.
Happening to that. So with him, what's it called? What they ended up doing is they ended up recruiting like over 300 like African Americans, and then what they ended up doing is like they ended up, you know, when somebody dies in war, they send a letter to the family, like let them know that they died in service, whatever.
Right.
They send it to the families like right away because they knew that we're killing these guys to try to get the super soldier. They're like like guinea pigs, and he was one of the handful that survived. The Isaiah character, well, in the comics, I don't know how they're gonna do it in the movies. So he ended up becoming Black Captain America, and just like kind of like how he was explaining his story, he did get basically punished for doing. You know, he ended up being the Black Captain America, running around through. Europe.
Yeah, I'm not saying why was he upset.
Yeah.
I get that. I'm saying why was Sam.
Oh, why Sam upset? I don't know. I think really just more because like it was some information that was withheld. Is like how come I never knew about this guy? You know,
I'm sure there's a lot of things he doesn't know. I mean, you can't expect to know everything.
Yeah, I would have been upset too though. It was like, oh, why is this a secret? Like, why now? Like, why didn't you tell us about this guy, you know, a while ago? You know, something to look into. Because it's not only just that he didn't know, but it's just the fact that there's other super soldiers in the world. I think that's really the more thing he's upset because not knowing about Isaiah means that there could possibly be more super soldiers in the world.
Okay, so he's mad because, no, I still don't get it. No, I don't
go
understand
back
why
to
he's
his
mad.
house again.
Yeah,
without Bucky.
Oh yeah, for sure. Going back to
Try to get more information from him. I can see that.
Oh yeah, Zemo. I'm excited for that, dude. Like when they're all like, I know what you're thinking about. It's like, oh, we're going back to Zemo.
Yeah, that's crazy. You called that one. He's not what you said he was, but that you just name dropping him and he's actually in it. Nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Zemo. He was, I know he was kind of like a mixed opinionated villain in Civil War. Like some people didn't like him, some people did. Like I actually did like him. What he did again, he walked so Thanos can run because he's the one who split up the Avengers and made it easier for Thanos to get the.
That reminds me, the bad guys making sense again.
Making sense again.
Yeah, like Thanos. Like what he did was bad, but he made sense.
Oh, their agenda, their plan. Oh yeah, no, I like that too.
They're making sense
when they're talking about like they're worrying more about the people who came back than focusing on the people that stayed here. Yeah, I'm liking their
for
agenda
a second
too.
I was like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. I was like, wait, no, wait, no,
that's evil. I don't want to agree with you. It's like, but you make sense.
Yeah.
What's it called? What do you think? What do you think about their agenda? The Flag Smashers.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I actually don't. I don't really know. Like.
Well, it's they're basically getting pissed at like because you know half of the world that got brought back like all the politicians, the government, and everything. They're worrying more about them than the people who've stayed here. Like they're talking about how it's a perfect world because they're one world, one human, one person. That's what we're saying. It's basically how for a while during the blip. Everybody was united. Everybody was whole. So that's what they want back, you know. Like
all the people that got dusted.
Yeah, all the people that got dusted. Throwback. What's it called? Anything else that you can think of that you liked or brought up? Anything else that you would want to talk about?
Yeah, I could talk about that therapy scene some more.
Talk about it.
There was no point. Like, what did they accomplish? Nothing. And then she said, "Oh, I didn't ask you," and then made them come. And then he just left when he wanted anyway. So it's,
I think it was helpful for Bucky, at least for him, because he finally thrown out what's been egging him on.
Yeah,
it's
like
the
he
fact.
opened up.
Yeah, he opened
okay,
that.
so but why was Sam in there?
He wouldn't have done that if Sam wasn't in there. Because remember, he wasn't even talking the whole time. Like, that's what the whole notebook thing was about. It's like, not the notebook, and then she'll just be scribbling. Because he wasn't active in the sessions. Having Sam in there kind of, I felt like, egged him on.
Yeah, but Sam didn't have a reason to be in there. Because Sam obviously doesn't like him.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't like each other.
Yeah.
Which, I'm curious why they don't like each other. Something must have happened after Endgame.
Well, I mean, if you throw it back to Winter Soldier, they
didn't get
were,
along,
yeah.
but I wouldn't say that they didn't like each other.
Yeah, because they were always like, like even in that car scene when Captain America was getting his first kiss, they were over there fighting in the little beetle,
Move your seat up.
Yeah. What's it called? One thing, bringing it back to how it might seem like I hate on John Walker's Captain America. I actually did like how they're making him.
So is he from the comics too?
Yeah,
like his actual
comics.
character?
Yeah, like him and Battlestar are actually. So in the comics, they got their super soldier serum or their power from the power bankers. The power brokers. Not these other super soldiers.
Okay, so with you telling me that, then this guy must be a liar. Because I was thinking at first, like, he has to have the.
You know what? I would like that.
Super serum.
If he got a super soldier serum.
But then he keeps saying like, "Oh no, I don't got it." But I don't know. Pretty quick.
But I do feel kind of bad for him. I'm not gonna like so far on the level. If he's really is a good guy, it's like fuck, dude. Like imagine being thrown upon like you're the new Cap. So then like damn, like he's trying. Like
the beginning of the episode, they're gonna love you. Lies. I mean, as soon as they said that, I was like, not true.
He's like, I don't love you. I don't. He's in the crowd. He's like, I don't love you. Not my Cap. What's it called? I do feel bad for him though. Like I do like what they're doing with his character about this guy who got thrown upon this mantle who had no relation with Cap. It's like imagine being the next Batman and you weren't Jason Todd or you weren't like
about the previous guy. Yeah.
It's like what the fuck? Like I'm the new Cap and like so I really like what they're doing with him. It makes him a little more relatable. I don't love the dude, but I don't hate him either. I just did like okay, they're showing us his side of the coin and where his come up, whatever, and his reasonings behind what he's doing. I really liked how they played that off.
I got something too. The scene where Bucky ran up and jumped in the back of the truck. Mm-hmm. The truck behind him didn't react at all.
I brought that up with Carol too. It's like, what are they doing?
Because I said I feel like they were just planning that out. Like, it's gonna happen.
Like a setup or whatever. Seeing that she had the super, I think they noticed him. Was like, okay, she's gonna fuck him up. So like,
you think that's what happened?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But at the same time, if I was the driver, I would have reacted to like, whoa, a dude just ran up. So I'm like, okay.
It's not like they were just taking off. They're already cruise control.
Yeah, they're cruise control. Yeah, exactly. Like they didn't flinch.
No.
These guys have nerves of steel. If they did not flinch, if you seen a man bucket and then get into the
and then jump on top of the yeah, that was pretty nutty. I like that they're still going with real world problems. Like that's basically what's going on with the Flag Smashers.
Oh yeah.
That's their agenda. Real world problems, just like in the last episode. Sam was doing it, dealing with it. Now we have the Flag Smashers dealing with it. I kind of like that they're keeping that a theme of the show.
Yeah, I really like the world that's introducing to us, the post-blip, world. Like, how people were living in it, their problems, their situations. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that too. But yeah, and anything else you want to talk about this episode? No? Yeah, other than that, I thought it was a really great episode. In the beginning, it might have seemed like I didn't like it, but I actually really enjoyed this episode. I think my favorite highlight is the relationship that they're showing us, like the chemistry between, Falcon and Winter Soldier.
No, it's becoming a really good show. Now I'm bummed out that it's only 6 episodes. Like, I wasn't excited for this show at all, and now you're telling me that it's short. I'm like, oh, man.
4 more episodes left. Fantastic. 4 left. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm happy that it's long, though, at least. It's like, oh, my God, it feels like 29 minutes, and it's like,
So how do you guys feel about the new Captain America, like his character?
Well, that's what I was talking about. Like, I like that they're like, I feel bad for him. If he is a good guy, I feel bad for him and what he's going through. Like, just to be thrown upon this responsibility. Like, hey, you're the new Cap. It's like, oh shit, he's trying. Like I was talking about, it's like I'm not trying to be the next. I'm not trying to be Steve Rogers. I'm trying to be the best.
I think America. He is. He doesn't got me sold yet. I think he's trying to be Steve Rogers, and he wants everyone to listen to him, and he just wants to be like, yeah, I'm in charge now, but. I don't know.
There are some moments where he does make me laugh. I'll give him that. You know,
oh, he's making me laugh. I'm not saying I hate the character. I'm just saying I don't trust him.
Do you still not trust the first guy from the first episode?
Which guy?
The one that was having lunch with Falcon. Because he was Brad again.
He wasn't really in this episode. In one scene?
Yeah, he was. He was the one flying him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But do you still not trust him?
No, I still don't trust him. That's why they're not putting any focus on him.
I don't trust anybody. No. Nay.
There's no focus on him because now he's in the shadows just doing his work. Now he's not trying to talk because he felt like, man, I was too thirsty. I did send that picture of myself being beat up too soon.
Thirst trap.
Yeah. So he said, you know what, I got to back off a little bit, let him do the thing, and see where it goes. So...
Yeah, but yeah, I love this episode. I thought it was great. I'm looking forward to the next episode. Zemo, that confrontation. I wonder how that's gonna go down. What information they can get from him. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you guys for watching the Superboys review of episode 2. Your host. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter. Guys, let me know what you guys thought about this. So next episode, I would like to have some responses so I can talk about how you guys thought about this episode. Your co-host.
You're a main man Hobbs. Can't really find me nowhere on social media. If you want to talk to me, you probably know me.
And you're DC on the mic.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YNG Carolina, aka Carl.
Dang. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, a marvelous day, a beautiful day.